That's right, I do have ADHD and I have forgotten to take my tablet, so what I want you to do is all take your phones out and dial 99, and then if halfway through I start fucking up, dial 9 again and call the police and the ambulance and maybe the fire brigade. Laugh at that. This set is about me having ADHD and trying to control my overacting, and if you don't fucking laugh, I will fucking kill every single one of you in this fucking room.
You're so funny!
Fuck you, lot!
You're so amazing! Make love to me, Charlie. Go on, Charlie!
Yeah, you're right. When I was walking down here, I saw a man with sunglasses on and a big dog and this huge pimp cane. He was walking around swinging it down the street like he ran the place. And he was coming closer and closer to me. I thought, is this guy going to hit me? And eventually he did, in the leg. And I was like, what the fuck? And picked him up by his neck and threw him on the floor and crushed his glasses and smacked his stick over his head and kicked his dog in the road. And he went, wait, please, I'm blind. And it all made sense. The glasses, the stick, the guard dog.
That's disgusting. That's horrible. Bastard!
Fuck you lot, what the fuck are you lot doing here?
You bastard!
I will fuck you up, Josh. Well, as a kid, having ADHD, I ended up doing a lot of stupid shit, and the way I found out to get away from being in trouble is to just freak the person out that's caught you. I remember once when I was about 10 years old, I got caught throwing sticks into a greenhouse, and it smashed the glass, and the man came out and was like, hey, what are you doing here? And again, I said something to freak him out. It was padlocks, jelly, and then run away. Because what that does is they don't know what the fuck's going on for like 3 seconds, so you've got a chance to run away. So at any chance you get caught, and so I was like, hey, what are you doing here? This hasn't even happened yet. And you're totally out of the loop. When I was getting diagnosed with ADHD, which was like a year ago, I started looking up a lot of studies, and all of them said that there was a genetic link. So I spoke to my dad about it, and we both came to the conclusion that we just don't like Piers Morgan. Having ADHD also means it's really hard for me to control how I feel when people start pushing me, and just like this, mate. When people start pushing me and aggressing me, and every time this happens to me is when I'm walking home from college, because I have to walk past Patcham High School. And if you're not aware of Patcham High School, it's basically the breeding ground for Jerry McCarthy show. And when I walk around there, a lot of people shout at me. I don't really know what they're saying. They're, got lighter? Yes, I am on a diet. Got skins? Only series 1 and 2. Saves me from what? But one time these kids came up to me, they were in year 9, and one of them came up to me and he was wearing a flat cap and a Mickey Mouse hoodie and grey chinos, and he came up to me and went, swear you called my mate Ron a cunt? What are you talking about? And I went, yeah, swear he did. And then I was like, yeah, do him. He came up to me and went, right up to my face. Went, burped right in my face. And because my brain was in ADHD mode, it started going like 100 miles an hour to come back with an insult. So I went, sounds like dicks. 2 weeks later, that boy was found hung in his bedroom by his dad. I'm joking, he was an orphan. No one found that kid.
Hey!
Well, I don't know what's going on. I like it works, right. Have you guys ever thought how the Swiss cheese is like an arrow for a mouse? It's funny because you didn't laugh. There's the joke. Having ADHD also means it's really hard for me to concentrate, and it's getting harder because it's exam time now. And you'd think because I have ADHD, they put me in a room by myself. You'd be fucking wrong. They put me in a room with every special needs kid in the college. And last time I was doing a math exam, and you got to know that when I do exams, anything can put me off, like a clock ticking, or, what's that? And by far I know it, the exam is finished. But this time I was put in a room with like 4 people. There was one girl who looked normal, one boy who looked normal, and then one human blob that sat at the back. So I sat down and started doing my exam. You can now begin. So I looked at one question and I heard, and then What the fuck is this? And I turned around, and the girl started fucking crying at the exam. Right, this is the sound she made, ready? Now I saw you wince at that. I'm going to do that sound for 5 seconds, ready? I had that for 1 hour, 20 minutes. And towards the end of the exam, she was still crying, and I walked out and she was being hugged by her friends, and I looked into her eyes, and they weren't even wet. She hadn't been crying. She'd been screaming at a piece of paper for 1 hour, 20 minutes. I used to be in a band before I did stand-up comedy. We were called Lost Dog. You probably saw our posters. Thanks.